Yo, it's the MOSHOW Chicago, and we are BACKAGAIN on another fantastic, sucker-free summer day. And if this is your first time watching the MOSHOW Chicago, I ask that you share the information with relatives, friends, co-workers, anyone that you come to contact with. It is a magnificent way your conversation. But before we get started with today's conversation, let me say something in the comment section here. Powers, how are you all doing? Me, I'm absolutely fabulous. And if you're not fabulous, you're in the right place, especially if it's your birthday. Anybody birthday today? Raise your hand out there. Say something in the comment section if it is your birthday today. Because before we get started, I'm going to actually read something to you just to see if what I'm reading is correct about you and your birthday. August 5th, right? Those born on August 5th are able to carry through their decisions with great resolve, steadfastness, and determination. Although those born on this day may be of emotional nature, they display remarkable mastery over their feelings and accomplish their ends in a natural and easy fashion. Would that be you? But though August 5th people maintain a cool and unflappable exterior, it is not as easy as it looks for them to do so. Indeed, it can be a little like sitting on a volcano. Most born on this day discover at some point that their level of success is in direct proportion to their ability to control and direct their mental energy and stay on an even keel. Is that true? Is that true for you all born on this day? In fact, the aggressions of people who are born on August 5th generally should be directed at an early age into competitive sports and physical activities of all kinds. Chess, video, card, and word games may serve as an outlet for their combative tendencies. When August 5th people explode in anger, it is not all pleasant to watch. It is worse yet to be the target of their rage. Sounds like there's some very, disturbed people when they're disturbed. Sounds like you may not want to get in their way. Sounds like they can be very aggressive. Okay? And their rage, according to what I'm reading, say they have a pretty good level of rage when they get upset. Usually, however, the more highly evolved born on this day become aware of the damage, body, physical, and psychological, that their anger inflicts. They understand it once they're involved and evolve to a higher state of consciousness in their 30s or 40s, at which they may begin to show more consideration of others, particularly in friendships and in romance. Those born on this day may suffer for many years before learning how to relate to loved ones in a truly caring way. August 5th people need the freedom to act quickly, to carry out decisions without constraint. Therefore, they must always retain a measure of independence and individual intuitive, even in a company or group setting. This is not to suggest that those born on this day are uncooperative or difficult to work with. It is just that they are happiest when leading and excelling and striving for a common good. Wow, if a lot of people born on this day was born, to take place in the common good, I think that we'll be living in a better world. Or is it that because we have been psychologically duped? And I don't care what you call your ethnicity background, that doesn't make a difference. Because if you haven't been reborn, you're still psychologically duped, wouldn't you say? Gentleness and kindness ultimately prove very important to the dynamic people born on this day, perhaps touched by the consideration and generosity of an important figure in their youth. They will also admit that person that they speak to honor or even emulate them in their early years. They will let you know. They will let you know that, according to what I'm reading. if that's you. In August 5th, people are usually preoccupied with intense desires and passions, but as time passes, realize the importance of affection and begin to express it openly and unashamedly. Always a bit rough around the edges. August 5th people will nonetheless mellow considerably as they approach old age, and those who are cantankerous, yeah, may be more lovable. So, in the last paragraph that I read, it seems like that will apply to all of us. But then again, you still have what they call old fools out here, right? Some people never evolve. Some people never evolve into their higher self or anything like that. Yeah, I'm messing with my glasses, trying to figure out, should I leave them on? Should I take them off? You know, yeah, my other glasses broke. I sat on them and broke them, you know, but I get some more sometime very in the near future. Okay, but getting to today's conversation, because we got a couple of things to talk about. Um, but I want to start off with young black men. And before we get started, was that you? I'm sorry, was that you on August 5th that I just read about? Was that you? If that was you, place your comments in the comments section. I hope that you have a fantastic birthday. And if you're not outside getting some sun, I highly recommend that you do. The sun has a direct effect on your attitude and your success. Okay? Now, getting to these young black men, we have these young black men with nothing to do all summer. They're distracted totally by music, video games, rap artists, Lil Baby, all of these other distractions that take place or are in their way, especially if you live in the hood. There's a lot of distraction going on there. But these young black men out here that's not even out of grammar school, meaning first to eighth grade. Do you know that those who are in eighth grade, half of those eighth grade young black men cannot do math on their level, on the eighth grade level? They can't do it. They can't do it. Yet, they can tell you every verse that Meek Milk says. Yeah, Meek Mills. They can tell you everything that he said in his rap song. They can tell you everything that Lil Baby said in the rap song. They can tell you everything that any rapper that they listen to, King Von, FBG Duck, etc., etc. They can tell you everything that they say in those rap songs, but they cannot do math on their level. Half of the young black men in America. What do you do about that? Let me ask you parents something. Or let me ask you OG something. Can you all do math on the eighth grade level? Can you do it? And I'm talking to you adults right now. Can you do math on an eighth grade level? Because if you can't, there's a problem. Not just in your house, but in your head. Not just in your house, but in your head. And for those fourth graders, young black men, do you know half of them can't read or comprehend on a fourth grade level? Yet, parents pacify them with video games. They pacify them with new clothes and new sneakers versus helping them further getting knowledge in regards to reading and comprehending that which they read. I did a video maybe a year ago on young black men, and that's on, wow, is that on? Yeah, that's on the Mo Show Chicago. That's all the way down. It's all the way down on this page. It's not on my other page. That was way before my other page got started. So yeah, that is a problem. Excuse me, let me get some water here. Good water. How is it that half of these young black men that's in fourth grade, little boys, can't read and comprehend on a fourth grade level. That is a parental problem. That's not the teacher's problem. That is a parental problem. That is a sibling problem. Why is it that we cannot help our youth learn or to advance in reading, writing, and in math? Yet we can spoil them with all of the things that are what they want to call vain. Yeah, buy them sneakers, buy them jeans, uh, buy them jewelry, buy them video games, buy them new TVs, buy them laptops, buy them phones, buy them iPads. But what are they doing with them? What are they doing with them? Are they working to excel? Obviously not. Obviously not, because if they were, they would be on the level like they should, but they're not. Sad. How many of you all that are parents, that are grown adults out there that can actually read on the fourth grade level? I mean, like if you're, 25, 30, 40, how many of y'all can actually read on the fourth grade level and do math on an eighth grade level? Now, if you are a parent and you can't do that, you may need to re-educate yourself so that you can help your child. If you can't help your child advance, at least try to point them in the right direction. But it's hard to point someone in the right direction when they don't know what direction to go. Yeah. You have people in your neighborhood right now, people standing outside your door right now that, sell drugs. Now, with that, you have to do a little math. Yeah, you do. You have to do a little math, ounces, grams, stuff like that. How much you pay for your cop and, your recop and all of that good stuff. Yeah, simple math. Simple math, addition and subtraction. That's it. That's it. That's all that we're good for? Are you serious? But what really gets me is that what some people don't understand is that the current society that we're living in, that we're ruled under or ruled by, I would say the society that we are ruled by, does not want to see young black thinkers. No, they want young black problem makers. They don't want young black thinkers. And when you have someone who comes into the presence of those who don't think and tries to give them some type of outlet or uplift them in some type of way that will keep them from going the wrong way, they don't want to hear it. But yet, wonder why they're in the condition that they're in. How many people out there believe in God? Yeah, Allah, Jehovah, Jesus, all of that stuff. Well, in one of those books, and I believe that it's in the Quran, and it states that Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change the condition themselves. Huh? Now that is one of the realest things I've ever heard in my entire life. Because your condition will not change unless you change it. Black people, from my standpoint, have been caught up on looking for someone else to solve their problems when they are able to solve their own problems. In fact, about it, how do you think other nations or other people, third world countries, how do you think they solve them problems? They solve it among themselves. Among themselves. If Caucasians did not solve problems or make problems, okay, right? If the Caucasian system that we're living under did not solve problems, what condition would they be in? Situation in this administration, but they have been here for just a while, just a little while, because America is only like, it's not even 300 years old yet. Okay? But Caucasians have been ruling the planet for the past 6,000 years. And if they did not know how to solve problems and create problems, there's no way that they will be able to maintain their power, which they have for the past 6,000 years. So what type of power are you going to have as an individual if you can't do math, if you can't read, and if you can't write? What is the future of young black men and young black women? Young black men, because we're not talking about young black women, we're talking about young black men. What type of future do they have? And for those of you out there who can and are willing, and who can do math on the 8th grade level and read on the 4th grade level and comprehend on the 4th grade level, why don't you teach those young guys? Why don't we teach them how to do that? Because I find that a lot of black people, young black men who are in the streets, right? They are taught how to do evil in the street. They are taught it by older black men, not to mention the rap industry. We cannot leave them out. No. In fact about it, how many bodies is the rap industry of today responsible for? Huh? How many bodies and deaths are they responsible for? How many mothers who have grieved over their sons because of the lyrics that is made in rap songs contributed to their child's death? Huh? Do you or don't you think that these grieving mothers should be compensated by these rappers? Huh? Because they're partly responsible. They didn't pull the trigger, but they gave the idea of to do it. You see? The current system that we're in want these young black men to be in their jails. They want them to fill their jails up. And some of them are not state-owned, as we know. They're privately owned. And if you think it's bad in state prison, just imagine what it's like being in a private prison. And as long as we don't do anything to help these young black men, we are help sending them to prison. Even if it's spending a little 5-minute time with them, that may make their day of how not to be stupid that day. Because this system that we live under, they encourage black people to be stupid. They encourage black people to be silly. They do. In fact about it, they will actually fund silliness for black people just to keep them silly and stupid. Just think about it. If I have a hat on my head, do you know that if I came out with a fly hubcap, yeah, a hubcap for a wheel, and I made it a hat, made it pimped all out, and white people backed me up on that? Do you know how many black people be walking around with a hubcap on their head thinking that it's a hat? That's what I'm saying. And they keep you under the illusion that clothes, shoes, and jewelry make you a man. And it doesn't. You look at all of these videos, music videos that they show you. They flash their jewelry, they flash their big cars. And some of those entertainers don't even own those cars. They lease them. They lease them. They don't own them. Some of them do, some of them don't. But I do know they lease them. And I do know that it is their lyrics that is helping to contribute to the death of young black men all across America. Silliness. They spend billions of dollars a year to keep the silly image of young black men in play. They do. And it's sad. And speaking of young black men, what's up with young Pharoh? What's up with young Pharoh? Young Pharoh has gone bananas. I have checked out young Pharoh's videos that he placed up for the past 2 weeks, and young Pharoh has gone bananas. Young Pharoh has said that he don't want to be black no more. What? Who's been putting some in Pharaoh's weed, huh? Young Pharoh says that he don't want to be black anymore. Wow. Not the, Atan Pharaoh, not the ancient black Egyptian, huh? Not him. He said that he don't even want to be black anymore. Wow. That's heavy. He says that he's pro-righteous and he's pro-black. He used to be pro-black, so is he pro-white? But he says he's pro-righteous. And I understand that he has said before, he's for right versus wrong. He's not for color. But yet, young Pharoh is the same young man that used to call white people crackers all day in his videos, call them devils all day in his videos. And now he say that he don't want to be black. Do you want to be white, young Pharoh? Or, I'm confused here. And then he used to talk about how the black woman is God, and it was the black woman, God, who called the police on his ass. Huh? So God called the devil on you, young Pharoh. Oh, the devil came to God to get you because God called the devil on you, young Pharoh. How do you all wow. Now I know that there are some people who don't want to be black. I know some people like that. And I know some of my family members. They don't want to be black. They wish that they was white. And the reason that they say that they wish that they were white was because they wouldn't have to deal with a lot of social problems that they dealing with. And they don't have to worry about being killed by the white police. They wouldn't suffer. They would have more opportunities. They would have more money. Well, seeing that we don't you think that we have to change our own condition? If you believe in God to change your own condition, but the condition of Pharoh is what? Because Pharoh got stupid bags. Yeah, Pharoh made a grip here on YouTube. Got plenty bags a month. I'm just saying. He even went to the extent to say that he's going to put his baby mama up for a year in some great apartment and let her keep the 70,000 vehicle that she's riding around in with his name registered on the car. Yet and still, she's calling the police on him. What is her? To send him back to prison. Now, we know he just got out of prison. Got off papers. Everybody knows that. But now, the person that he called God, is trying to put him back in prison? Young Pharoh, what's happening? What does General Seti say about that? Seeing that they are the dynamic duo, what does General Seti have to say about young Pharoh saying that he don't want to be black anymore? And then on top of that, young Pharoh gets this white nanny. Not a black nanny, not a black woman, not a God. Not a God. He didn't get a God to, babysit or nanny his child. According to his own words, he got a devil to nanny his child. Young Pharoh. All you black women out there who supported young Pharoh, what do you say about that? What do you say about that? What do you say about young Pharoh saying that he don't want to be black no more when it is you, the black women whom he called God, is trying to put him back in jail? And on top of that, he said that he don't want to be bothered with black women no more. He says that he don't want to be bothered with black women no more. What do all of you black women think about that? What do you think about that? So now is or has God, the black woman, become the devil, and the devil, the white lady, becomes God, seeing that the devil, according to young Pharoh, is nanifying his baby or babies. I'm just saying. General Seti, where you at on this, man? General Seti, where you at on this? Dynamic duo. Where you at with it, General Seti? What do you all think about that? What do you all think about young Pharoh being nuts? Somebody must have put something in his weed, I'm telling you. Who laced young Pharoh weed? He said, because we just got drinking weed over here. Young Pharoh is gone nuts. And seeing that young Pharoh has got this white nanny, you know, do you think that he's like, having sex with her? Not that it matters, because you can screw who you want to. But what do you think? Because if you watch that video, his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, ex-wife, Golden Beauty, yeah, she went off. And it was more to it than what she said. And when she called the police, the devil, on young Pharoh, she told the police that he kicked her, punched her, kicked her in the head, and the chick didn't have a scratch on her, right? If young Pharoh kicks you in the head, you're going to have a scratch. Slams her head against the wall, you're going to have a knot. Nothing. Looked like she just didn't, comb her hair, Trying to place the man, the baby, the father of her children, back in jail. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, young black men? What do you think about that, young black women? What do you think about that woman trying to send young Pharoh back to prison? Because he didn't want her no more. Is that what you do? Do you place a man in jail because he don't want you no more? Is that what you sisters do out there? Is that what, God does? Does God call the police on his son, on her son, on his children? Does God call the devil on their children or their mate? Because they shared the throne, obviously, but it's nuts. General Seti, where you at? Now, young Pharoh is in his own league. Undefeated. He has, how can I say it? He's like digital, and General Seti is analog, because, and that's not bad. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that young Pharoh is an improved General Seti. That's all I'm saying. Young Pharoh is an improved General Seti. Young Pharoh is in his own league, and General Seti is undefeated. General Seti is a grand champ, straight up. He's a grand champ. And I know why he is a grand champ, because I know who the master teachers are that he read about. Not all of them, but some of them. And all of them that I do know of, they are undefeated. Speaking of master teachers, see this book right here? The ISIS Papers by Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. I call her Mother Frances Cress Welsing. If you haven't read that book, I highly recommend that you read that book. This book here is off the chain. This is like my third time reading this book. Yeah, and it's all full of lessons. All lessons. I mean, you can just go page through page through page. I highly recommend this book, okay? The ISIS Papers by Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. She's just one of the master teachers. That's a picture on the back. She's just one of the master teachers. ISIS Papers. And if you get this book, you also have to get something from Neely Fuller as well. But anyway, General Seti, undefeated. I've never seen General Seti defeated in a battle. Never. on YouTube because I don't know him personally. Even though I go through Michigan and in Detroit sometime, I never, can get up with him. But yeah, any video that you watched, he was even going to fight one time. I think that was, what's that guy named? Lion Lex or Lex Lion that be on Saturday TV. Yeah. But he's undefeated. And no information that he's ever gave me on a video, like he give you all, I found it undisputed. General Seti. Hassan Campbell. Hassan Campbell, despite his past, because he used to be a pretty bad guy, and I used to, at one point, said something about Hassan Campbell. I did, because he was rude. He was rude to a lot of people, mothers, to a lot of dead people. Yeah, Hassan Campbell. Despite what he have said in the past, he gives out great information, especially to new YouTubers like myself. He gives out great information. You just have to watch the videos. You may not like what he say at times because that's just who he is. But he gives out great information to new YouTubers. I appreciate that. He sometimes, I think he's confused. I think that he want to be in the street sometimes, but he don't want to be in the street sometimes. But that's how you have to be. You got to keep your ear in the streets, and you got to stay in the streets sometimes to keep up with things. I have nothing bad to say about the brother. You have all of these platforms that black people have, young black men, and I have seen a lot of going back and forth trying to tear each other down for views, for likes, for subscriptions. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. But he gives out great information. Hassan Campbell. Dane Calloway. Dane Calloway is totally awesome. In fact, about it, him and General Seti all teach history. They both teach history just as young Pharoh does. But I find that Dane Calloway is a more modern history master, whereas Seti is a classical history master. Yeah. One teaches, comedic history, while the other teaches modern history that they've taught us, whereas he re-educates you on some history that you thought you knew. Or he turns on that light bulb in your head. As he says, he's just here to make you think. And he does. Dane Calloway. I've never, in my research and researching his material, I haven't ran into anything that I can actually refute from Dane Calloway. Dane Calloway is a great historian, just as General Seti is a great historian, just as young Pharoh is a new improved General Seti historian. He's just an update, fire update. But needless to say, Hassan Campbell is a historian as well, but he's a street historian. He's a celebrity historian. Not to say that he can't go there, because he told you in his videos, he's just telling you what you want to hear. You don't want to hear real history. You don't want to hear that. You would rather hear the foolishness that's taking place in the street, which is real. It's real, but it's not uplifting you at all. The same thing that's going on in New York is going on in Chicago, in LA, in Florida, any major city, Michigan, Memphis, Louisiana, any place where you have a high population of black people, the same thing is happening. not only in this country, but all over the world. The same thing is happening if you are a black man or a black woman in America. The same thing that's going on here is going on there. Yeah, but Hassan Campbell, he does give you some history, but just not on the same level as General Seti, Pharoh, and Dane Calloway. There's a lot of more other people out there as well. But those four there, they fire. And I really like to extend my thanks to Hassan Campbell for giving information out to these new YouTubers like myself, like my new MOPOWERZ. That channel's only been up for a year, but I got to do more lives on that channel. And I need for you all to press that subscribe button. I need for you to press that subscribe button, whether if it's on this channel or the MOPOWERZ channel, MOPOWERZ. I need you to press that subscribe button. If you are in my phone, if I have a number in my phone for you, I'm going to call you and have you to push that button. And if you can't do that for me, you've been deleted. All of those people that's on my Facebook that don't press that subscribe button, you're being deleted. You've been deleted. There's no way that I should be scratching 4,000 subscribers. Not with all of the people that I know. Not that all of the favors that I do for people. Now, do I ask you to do it? No. You should do it automatically. You know how to call me automatically when you need something. Huh? You should press that button automatically. I see people, on Facebook all the time, just putting up new photos. Okay, the world sees what you look like, but what are you saying to the world? What are you saying to the world besides pictures? What are you saying to the world besides pictures? What are you doing or saying to uplift humanity? What are you doing besides taking pictures, wanting likes? It is great to go places. I go places all the time, but at the same token, I am trying and working very hard to uplift my people, even if it's one person. Even if it's one person. I need you all to press that subscribe button now to the Mo Show Chicago right here and MOPOWERZ, which is my other channel here on YouTube. So go do that for me. And think about what I said, and I got some place to go right now. But think about that for you young black men that can't do 8th grade math on an 8th grade level. And for you 4th graders who can't do reading and comprehending on the 4th grade level. And each one of those that I just spoke to you about, they are half. 8th graders are half and the 4th graders are half. They can't do it. So who is it up to? It's not the teachers. It's not the teachers. Children get frustrated in school when they can't understand. Children get frustrated in school when they can't understand. Think about that, you all. We need to help these young black men out here, young black women out here. Leave your comments in the comment section. It's your brother, the MOSHOW Chicago. Thanks for viewing. Remember, it is your third eye that makes you shine like jewelry. Press that subscribe button, and by all means, view the videos below. We'll do another live on MOPOWERZ later on. And go over there to MOPOWERZ and check out the Jehovah and the Jesus. Jehovah and Jesus. Go over to MOPOWERZ and check that out right now. Peace out, you all.